Let's continue on page 172. I'm going to come to the Layers panel and select the Model layer. And I'll show my paths by going Window and Paths. If your Paths panel is undocked like mine is, you can come and drag it right up here. I'm going to put mine right there, and then I can click it to expand it when I need it. Now I'll select the Speech path. We'll learn more about creating our own paths in lesson 8, but right now we have a path, the speech path, and we'll use this to attach text to a path. So I'll go get the horizontal type tool, T on the keyboard, and I'm going to select right align. So when I type, the text will come from the right. I'm going to come to the character panel, font family, Myriad Pro Regular. All I have is Myriad Pro. Set my font style to regular, font size to 14, tracking to -10, color to white, and I'll set all caps. With those settings, let's go and add some text, some type to our path. I'm going to come over here. So the only tricky part is finding this spot right here. Take a close look at it. You can see what it looks like when you have this curvy line here on top of your path. It means you're ready to type. I'm going to start from the right hand side because I'm set for right aligned. Now select the word games, change the font style to bold. Accept your current edits with a check mark. So we want 2 more layers that are very similar to this with just slightly different text. So we'll come to the Layers panel and duplicate this layer from the menu. Duplicate layer. We'll change this to say, what's new with music? Hit OK. Now I'll point out that we have 2 identical layers, one on top of the other. They have different names, but they look exactly the same. We're going to select the text in the top layer and change it to say music instead of games. So I'll select the word games here. Just change that to be music. Accept my edits. And now let's reposition this. Edit, free transform path. I will use my curvy arrow here. I'll click and drag up to rotate. Hold your shift key down to constrain it. I'll go to 15 degrees. And now I will move this path up and over just a little bit. Note that it doesn't seem like the text is going with it, but when you accept the transform, the text moves there as well. And if you're not happy with that position, I'm going to move mine up just a little bit with my move tool. I'll repeat that process one more time so we can see it again. This time we'll change it to what's new with phones and rotate down 15 degrees instead of up 15 degrees. What's new with games? I'll make my duplicate layer slightly differently this time. I'm going to click and drag my what's new with games layer down to the new layer button. That makes a what's new with games copy. I'll double click on that, change that to be what's new with phones. Again, I have a duplicate layer, one on top of the other. Let's go and edit that layer. I'll use my horizontal type tool, T on the keyboard, select the word games, change it to phones. I will edit, free transform path, rotate my path down 15 degrees, and then move my path down about here and accept that entry. And as necessary, use your move tool to reposition that slightly. File save.